Good morning to all once again. Yesterday what we have seen is the type of belts. In that type of belt we have seen different types, and later on we have seen that how you are going to have the different type of belts. Am I right? Now what here we are going to see disadvantages, because already we have seen that advantages of clad belt. Now just we are going to see disadvantages of these clad belts. The screen is visible to everybody, and hope that everybody is doing well. And you can see here the disadvantages of clad belt. Now first, already yesterday I have told you that you can add two more disadvantages in this, because this is not a big task that we can understand what are the disadvantages. But major disadvantages what we have seen is that these flat belts are tending to slip, where we can put it into advantage also. That is, it is going to keep other machinery away from the failure because of the slip. Then with respect to this slip, this efficiency is moderate, okay, and is low, we can say, when the slip is going to occur. Then this belt should always keep under the tension for its good functioning, okay. So required tensioning device, that is idler pulley, okay, or regular maintenance is required for that. Then required friction for proper functioning, that is nothing but you have to avoid some sort of what we can say wear and all that of pulley, as well as the belt also. In that case, you have to use some different, what we can say, maintain different type of maintenance. That is nothing but you have to make the grooves on pulleys on regular basis, okay. And this belt get stretched as the time passes. These are some disadvantages of the flat belt, okay. Then we are going to see next slide. So already I have told you that you can add more also in this disadvantages and even in advantages also. Now next type which we are going to see is the round belt. Now this type of round belts you might have seen in the computer as well as some electronic devices, where power is transmitted from one place or one pulley to another pulley, okay. So this is what the pictorial diagram of round belt. Next is, these round belts are circular in cross section, already I have told you, okay. And these belts are designed, these belts are designed in such a way that they can transmit the power like a rope, okay, but they are closed in nature. And for what we can say, for the very light application, this type of belts can be used. Otherwise, the rope belts can, or rope drives can be used for long distance and for heavy duty also. This rope drives are very different from the circular section belt. Are you getting me? We're not talking about the rope drives. Just we are saying that what cross section we are going to use in case of belt drives only. And in that only we are going to see these round belts, right? So this pulley is designed in such a way that it can run with the circular cross section belt, okay. And basically pulley is made up of V groove only, but with the angle which has put in the V is more than 60 degree, okay. Then this particular belt is going to give us better friction than the flat belts, and they are going to give more efficiency also, okay? But they are utilized for the what we can say, very light application. They can be made up of rubber or they can be manufactured from the leather also. Leather belt can be used in such cases. Okay. Then next, we can see V belt. So we are not concentrating more on the round belts because very commonly applied belts are plaid belt and V belt. Okay. Now this you can see the pictorial diagram of V belt, which is used in IC engine. In this case, the power which is transmitted, which already I have told you, that power is transmitted by means of friction. So this frictional force is calculated as a mu into Rn, where Rn is the normal reaction, and this mu is coefficient of friction. So coefficient of friction between belt and pulley, that is helpful for transmitting the power. And the torque which is transmitted, that is equal to the frictional torque. Now this frictional torque is calculated by means of radius of that pulley multiplied by frictional force. And the power which is transmitted by means of this belt is given by 2 pi n t, where t which we are going to use is the frictional torque, okay, divided by 60. So this much power can be transmitted with the help of these belts, okay, either it is V belt or plaid belt. Okay, now here this term, that is T suffix Cf, that is important, and this T suffix Cf is nothing but the frictional torque. If the frictional torque is increased, then power transmission will get increased. If you want to transmit, and this power should be equal to the power which you want to transmit. Am I right? So this frictional torque should be equal to the torque which you want to transmit, or torque which is generated by means of prime mover. Getting? So this is what we can say the mathematical term which are used, and how we can calculate the power which is transmitted by means of belt. And totally this power transmission is depend upon this frictional force. Okay. Any doubt related to this slide? Any question? You can write in chat box. Can we move further? Okay. Now these V belts are very commonly used and used to transmit. Nowadays also these plaid belts are also replaced by means of V belt. Okay. Only advantage which we can get in case of plaid belt is that longer distance can be covered as compared to the V belt. But nowadays we are going to get such an application where the distance between prime mover and machinery is reduced. Now, as far as these V belts are considered, they are providing best combination of traction, speed of movement, load of bearing, and long service life. Okay, as far as these plaid belts are compared with the V belts, they are more durable. Long service is provided by means of these V belts. Okay. Now, in case of V belts, the V shape of belt tracks in a meeting groove in the pulley. So as per as what we are going to say as the construction which is done for the pulley of that V belt is basically this V belt shape belt is fitted into groove which is made up on pulley. Okay, and the result of that is we are going to reduce the slip. Okay, so it is avoided in case of V belt that tendency of belt to get slipped, because as we are going to see that V shape of pulley is providing, here we can see the belt tip suppose which is placed inside the V groove of that pulley. Then in this case we are going to get normal reaction from bottom side also as well as from the walls of that pulley. So this, if you are going to increase this normal reaction, and in case of flat belt, we are getting that from the one side only, that normal reaction. So if you are going to compare these two, here we can easily come to know that the frictional force or normal reaction is more. And as we are going to see the formula for the frictional force, in that case, what is going to happen that if the normal reaction is increased, okay, though if you are going to consider that this mu is going to remain constant, but if the normal reaction is increased, then we are going to get more frictional force. And as the frictional force is more, then the torque which is transmitted, that is frictional torque, that will be higher. And hence, these belts, V belts are going to become popular. You also can see around you that most of the applications are replaced by means of this V belt or the flat belt, right? So this construction and what we can see the grooves which are provided, that are going to give better grip. So this particular V belts, where that V belts are used and what advantages we are going to get in case of V belt, that we are going to see. Now these V belts are useful in automotive, household application, industrial application, and agriculture applications also. In case of agriculture application, you might have seen belt which is used in rotavators also, where it has been replaced to the chain. Nowadays, the V belts are used in rotavators also. So because of their good, what we can say, efficiency, these V belts are used, and also durability and maintenance. In case of chain drive, if you are going to use chain drive in agriculture application, then maintenance will be high. Every time we have to go for the oiling and all that, and the dust will get stick on that oil, and that's why it will get wear frequently, and that's why we can replace that chain drive with the help of this V belt or belt drive. Okay, then they can install easily and can be replaced easily. And low maintenance, as I have told you that these V belts are having low maintenance. But if you are comparing with the flat belt, then more maintenance is there. But to the other drives, if you are going to compare, then they have low maintenance. Okay. Then provide shock absorbing capacity between driver and driven pulley. There is nothing but, especially in agriculture application, I will take example of rotavator. In that case, when that rotavator is going to work, at that time shocks are provided because of the irregularity of the ground or our field. And in that case, that shock should not be transmitted to the rest of that power transmission system from tractor to the rotor. And in that case, this belt is also acting as one of the shock absorbing device, so that total shocks will not be transmitted to the rest of that transmission system. But if in that case we are going to use gears, then gears are not acting as a shock absorber. They are going to transmit that shocks or vibrations as it is to the rest of the transmission system, and hence maintenance will get increased. Then best speed for this V drive or V belts are with 22.5 86 meter per second. Now this speed which we are going to see is the speed, linear speed of that belt. Okay, and that can be utilized for the ideal speed of that V drive. Okay, and in temperature range where we can use this V belt is minus 30 degree Fahrenheit to 180 degree Fahrenheit. That means very wide range of temperature also can be sustained by this V belts. And efficiency is varying from 90% to 98%. In some of the application, this V belt also gets slip. If you are going to increase working torque more than the capacity of transmission of that torque, then definitely it is going to get slip. You might have seen such application where the slippage is going to occur in V belts also, but that will be less as compared to the flat belt. That's why efficiency, no doubt that efficiency will not become 100%. Some sort of slip will be there, but we can achieve at least more than that flat belt, and it can vary from 90% to 98%. And that's why these V belts are more preferable. And maximum satisfactory speed ratio is achieved as a 6.1. That is, if driving pulley is rotating with 6 RPM, we can rotate the driven pulley with 1 RPM. That's 6:1. Okay. So more than that, if you want to increase, that is nothing but this 6. If you are going to become 7:1, that is nothing but driver is going to rotate with 7 RPM and driven is going to rotate with 1 RPM. Then the slippage will occur more, and this belt drive is reducing its efficiency. That's why this satisfactory transmission ratio is 6.1. Now, each and every figure which has mentioned here may be we can have one MCQ on this, right? So you should carefully read these all slides, and you should remember these figures. Getting me? Now this satisfaction ratio by means of which power can be transmitted, that also 6:1. There may be confusion in case of this ratio. So you have to remember this particular ratio for the V belt, because we can ask the MCQ based on these figures. Are you getting me? Whether everybody has got this? You can write in chat box. I'll repeat. ह्या फिगर दिलेले आहेत 22.86 मीटर पर सेकंड. हे जे स्पीड आहे, ज्या स्पीड मध्ये आपण आयडियल स्पीड म्हणू शकतो व्ही बेल्ट साठी, किंवा वर्किंग रेंज, टेम्परेचर रेंज ऑफ व्ही बेल्ट -30 डिग्री फॅरनहाइट टू 180 डिग्री फॅरनहाइट पर्यंत आहे, किंवा इफिशियन्सी व्हॅरी होते फ्रॉम 90% टू 98%, किंवा मॅक्झिमम सॅटिस्फॅक्टरी स्पीड रेशो हा आपण 6.1 ठेवू शकतो. ह्याच्यावर एमसीक्यू सहज तयार होऊ शकतात. आणि ह्या फिगर ज्या आहेत त्या तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवा. That is what I want to say. Got it? Can we move further? Yes. Okay. Now disadvantages again. You can increase one or two more disadvantages in this case. Okay. So the major disadvantages of these V belts are improper belt tension can lead to the reduce of service life. That is nothing but if you are not going to keep proper tension in V belt, if it is get increased or if it get decreased, both the cases, this duration by means of which we can use these V belts can reduce. Life of that V belt will get reduced. Then belt life at increased temperature, that is nothing but more than 180 degree Fahrenheit, is get reduced. Okay, because in that case, in such applications where the temperature is higher, like if you are going to use these belts near to the boiler or in some food industries where the steam is used for various applications. And if the temperature is more than 180 degree Fahrenheit, then this V belt will give less life as compared to the temperature range in which they are recommended, that is minus 30 degree Fahrenheit to 180 degree Fahrenheit, okay, plus 180 degree Fahrenheit. Then it requires friction to proper functioning. That friction, that means the normal reaction, which, because friction is dependent upon the normal reaction. So the normal reaction which is provided by the pulleys to the belt, that should be proper. If that friction is going to get reduced, definitely slippage will be more, and this drive will give less efficiency. Got it? Any question? Now, next type which we are going to see is the multi-groove belts. Now, grooves which are provided on the belt, same grooves are provided on the pulleys also. And that type of cross section you might have seen in case of automobile engines, where the power which is generated by means of engine is utilized to run the other accessories which are mounted on the engine, okay, or mountings of that engines also. You might have learned what are the mountings and accessories in case of boiler, but in case of engine also, this camshaft is run by means of power which is produced by the engine. That is, the rotational movement is given from crankshaft to the camshaft, and camshaft is the what we can say essential part of the engine. If the camshaft is not operated, engine will not start. So it is coming under the category of essential requirements. Also, cooling fan and all other devices which are mounted on the engine that are run by means of power which is generated by the engine. That is, crankshaft speed or crankshaft power is distributed to all these accessories and mountings which are there on the engine. In such applications, these type of belts are used. Grooved belts are used. Again, some industrial applications are there where this type of belts are recommended. Okay, so mostly are used in engine, in automobile sector. In this case, multiple V grooves are provided on the belt, and these multiple V grooves are coming in contact with the V grooves which are provided on the pulleys also, and that's why they are going to give us better results as compared to the V belt as well as flat belt. Getting? Any question? One another type of grooved belt you can see as the timing belt in case of engine. Now here, as you can see, the pulley is made up of like a gear, and that type of grooves are made on the belt, and these grooves are coming in contact with the grooves which are provided on the pulley, and we are transmitting this power. That is nothing but it is a combination of gear or gear drive and belt drive. We can get advantages of gear drive also, and we can get advantages of belt drive also. So it can be flexible in nature, center distance can be adjusted, and shock absorbing. Likewise, we can get the advantages of belt. And to transmit or to reduce the slip, we can take advantage of these gears also, or the teeth which are manufactured on the pulleys and teeth which are manufactured on the belt. So these type of belts are basically known as timing belts, which are very important part of engine, every engine, and this power can be transmitted with the help of these grooved belts. Got it? Any question related to this? Let me know if you have any question. You can write in chat box. If not, we can move further. But before going to next slide, let me know, do you have any question related to this? If not, we'll go to the uses and their advantages. Now, most of the advantage which we are going to get is in such type of grooved belts, efficiency is more than 98%. Okay, we can reach up to 100% also. In case of timing belt, we can reach up to 100% also. That means sleep is negligible. Sleep is not present in such type of belts. Okay, that's why no sleeping will occur, and we can move towards the positive power drive or positive power transmission. Getting me, like gears, and that is going to become most important advantage of this V belt. And this is used where the high efficiency is required. Okay, like timing belt. Okay, constant velocity ratio which we are going to get. Just a minute. Okay, now this particular drive is going to give us positive power transmission. Okay, this will not stretch more, but we can get advantage of the adjusting center distance. Okay, then required belt tension is very low because grooves are coming in contact with the grooves which are provided on the pulley. So it is not essential that in case, like in case of V belt, to provide proper tension. Okay, that can be reduced. Then speed transmitted is uniform. That is, as grooves are provided, that's why the power which is transmitted or speed which is transmitted, that will be uniform. It will not get fluctuate. Okay, that means in case of flat belt and V belt, the transmitted speed may get fluctuate. That means for this particular time, if it is transmitted as a 100 rpm, it may become 199 rpm to the next second because of the some conditions which are occurred at the time of working. But in case of these grooved belts, such cases will not occur. Constant or uniformly speed transmission will be take place. If it is 100 rpm, then 100 rpm are transmitted as it is to the driver. Getting any question? Any question? Can we move further? And next, we are going to see disadvantages. The most important disadvantage is cost. These belts are more costlier as compared to the V belt and flat belt. Okay, then can be used for the shorter distance. Okay, center distance which is required is small for the such a V or such grooved belts. Then that can be used only in parallel shafts. If the angular position get displaced in the shafts or parallelity is not maintained in the shaft and pulleys, then these belts cannot be used, or they are going to give less efficiency, and maintenance will be there. We should replace it frequently. Getting? You can add more disadvantages in this case. Now, overall advantages of the belt drives we can write, and overall disadvantages of belt drive also we can write. Individual advantage and disadvantages which we have seen for the flat belt, V belt, and grooved belts, also for the round shape belt. Okay, so that all advantages can be combined together, and that can be considered as overall advantages of this belt drive or the chain drive and rope drive or gear drive also, where the power transmission is taking place. So one by one, we'll see some of the advantages of this belt drive. Important advantage is that they are simple. They are not complicated like the gear drive or chain drive. And they are economical because costly manufacturing process is not required in such cases. Then parallel shafts are not required. We can transmit power with some angular deflection in the shaft. But in case of gear drive or the spur gears, parallel shafts are required. Also in case of chain drive, parallel shafts are required. But in case of belt drives, some of the applications of the belt drive like flat belt, okay, it is not again recommended in case of V belt or groove belt. In case of V belt and groove belt, parallelity should be maintained. Then overload and jam protections are provided. That is nothing but if the load is increased suddenly, then they get slip. That's why already I have told you that it is going to become advantage also. This belts will get slip and rest of the breakage will get stopped, and hence we can say again it is going to become more economical. Noise and vibrations are damped. Okay, vibrations which are generated in machinery will not be transmitted to the prime mover, or vibrations which are generated in the prime mover will not be transmitted to the machinery. Likewise, we can say the vibration as well as noise, because noise is again product of vibration. If vibration is going to increase, then noise will be generated, because basically noise are again waves and which are generated because of the vibration. So this noise and vibrations can be damped in case of belt drives. Okay, then hence machinery life is increased. Okay, that's why it is going to become advantage. They are lubricant free. Now you can be considered this as a very important advantage of belt drives. In case of all other drives like gear drive, chain drive, rope drives, also in some up to the some extent, they require lubrication, and hence with the lubrication other disadvantages are coming, like dusting and rusting will be take place for the chain and gear drives, as well as in case of rope drives. So that is avoided in case of this belt drive. Okay, so next advantage which we are going to get is that very low maintenance is required for such type of drives, belt drives. Getting? And over all these things, they are highly efficient. We cannot say they are more efficient than the gear drives. But if you are going to see rest of their advantages, then we can say they are more efficient. Okay, up to 90 to 98% efficiency we can get in case of this belt drives. Okay. Next advantage, we can say some sort of misalignment is tolerated in case of belt drives, which is not tolerated in case of gear drive. And economical when the shafts are separated by large distance. But where we are having very short distance, like in case of power transmission in automobile, or very high speed ratio is required in case of what we can say earthmoving equipments like dozer or some extent up to JCB. In such cases, we cannot recommend this belt drive where the power which is generated by the engine is very high and transmitted, that power is transmitted as it is, but the speed ratio is very high. Okay, in such applications we okay, once again recording here start. Let me share once again these slides. Yeah. So these are some advantages of the belt drives. Likewise, there are list of disadvantages also. So we'll move further slide and we'll see the disadvantages of this belt drive. Now the efficiency which about which I was talking, but it is comparatively. It can be considered as a disadvantage also or the gear drive. Up to 95% only we are going to get efficiency, and rest of the 5% we are wasting. But that wasting power can be optimized in case of gear drives. Okay. So then designed to sleep when the overload is occur. It is again going to become disadvantage when we want to transmit the power, or where the possibility is there that overloading may take place in the application. Then it raises to the abbreviations. That means foreign particles are not recommended or is required. No lubrication, no metal to metal contact, smooth threading. Okay, these are the advantages only. Okay, advantages list has been increased. Now next, what we are going to see the disadvantages. These disadvantages is that the angular velocity ratio is necessarily constant or equal to the ratio of pulley diameters, okay, because of the belt slip and stretch. So this is a disadvantage. Then that heat may take place. That is nothing but when slippage is going to take place, at that time this temperature will get increased. Speed limit is usually up to 35 meter per second. Power transmission is limited up to 370 kilowatts. That is nothing but 500 horsepower. If you want to transmit, as I was talking related to the earth moving equipments like dozer, in such cases, more than 500 horsepower power is required in case of mining applications. And in such cases, we cannot use this belt drive. And temperature range is also fixed. That is minus 31 degree Fahrenheit to 185 degree Fahrenheit, or minus 35 degrees Celsius to 85 degrees Celsius. Below that, if you want to use, okay, it is not possible to have temperature below than this, but in some cryogenic applications, temperature may get reduced more than minus 35 degrees Celsius. But it is possible to have the temperature which may get increased more than 85 degree in some of the applications where we cannot recommend or we cannot use this belt drive. Then some adjustment of center distance or use of idler pulley is necessary when wear is taking place. Okay, so this idler pulley is required. That is going to become disadvantage. Please check. So that is going to become disadvantage of this belt drive. Then in some applications, we have to disassemble the pulleys to mount that belts. Okay, in some of the applications where the endless belts are used or where the tension is maintained properly, or there the dismantling of pulleys is required. So that is again going to become one of the disadvantage of these belt drives. Any question? Next, we are going to see the selection procedure for the belt drives. But before going to this selection procedure, let me know if you do any question related to the all slides which we have seen in yesterday's lecture and today's lecture. You can write in chat box, please. If you have any question, please write in chat box, or if you don't have any questions, we can move further. Yes, can you listen me? And are you getting what I am saying? You can write. Okay. As far as this selection of belt is considered, here first of all, we are going to see the arrangement. Okay, we'll see first arrangement of flat belt. It is very simple as compared to the all other types of belts. So simply these belts are arranged in such a way that there is one driving pulley and another driven pulley. Okay, forget about the rest of the construction of this drive, where this driving pulley is mounted, where this driven pulley is mounted. But only we are going to consider that driver and driven pulley, and they are connected with one endless belt. Okay, and when this belt is going to move, we are going to get the power transmission. But basically for that, what is required is that this pulley has to be rotated, driving pulley has to be rotated. This driving pulley, as soon as it gets rotated, then this belt is moving linearly. This angular velocity is converted into linear velocity. And later on, when this belt is coming in contact with the driven pulley, again this linear velocity is converted into angular velocity, and this driven pulley is rotated. Now, in such application, we have to see how we are going to utilize, or how you can select this belt, proper belt for the proper application. Otherwise, there may be possibility that when we are going to transmit more power, and if you are going to select the less capacity belt, then that will not feasible. Or in such some applications where capacity to transmit the power is less, and if you are going to choose higher capacity belts, it will again increase the cost of that belt drive. Getting me? For that purpose, again, let me tell you one thing, that these belts we are not going to design. Okay, they are selected, and if you want to see in details the design procedure of belt, then we can have the separate course for that. Okay, same principles are used as we have seen in case of fluctuating type loading, or in case of steady or uh, constant loading. Okay, static loading, same principles are used, but the procedure is not included in our course or in our syllabus. But here we can select that belt drives, and that selection is done based on the catalogs which are provided. Now, what do you mean by catalog? Catalogs are nothing but the products which are manufactured by a certain company. If they are mentioned in the scientific way in some books, they are called as a catalog. You might have seen catalog of bearings, you might have seen catalogs of belts, you might have seen some catalogs related to some other products also. So that type of catalogs are provided by means of manufacturer, and that manufacturer is going to mention their capacity and all other related terms in their catalog. Just what we have to do is that we have to select proper belt for the proper application. So rest of the procedure we'll see to the next lecture. Up till now, if you do any doubt, please let me know. You write your roll numbers in chat box, and after writing, you can leave meeting, so that I will come to know that how many students are remaining.